There is something I've been seeing for months now, and honestly, nobody's really talking about it. You've got consultants, coaches, and experts out here crushing it with personal brands, converting their audiences into actual paying customers. Then, you've got another group. Same work ethic, same platform, same consistency, well, maybe, but completely different results. At first, I couldn't figure out why, until I get to see it from the inside. For almost 2 years, I worked as creative lead for Iman Gadzhi. I saw how it all cooked. I worked in most of his events. I was behind dozens of YouTube videos and products that generated close to $100 million for him. And before that, I scaled my own YouTube channel to hundreds of millions of views and millions of subscribers. So I know a bit of shit about this. So here is what clicked for me. Most consultants, coaches, and experts, they think they are being strategic. And look, they are not wrong to think that. They are posting content, growing audiences, showing up every single day, but they are doing it the wrong way. See, there is this tiny line between content that gets engagement and content that actually generates revenue. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the 3-step framework for building an intentional personal brand. Not the surface level stuff, not be consistent, know your audience. We are going deeper. This is the strategic framework I have watched build 8 and 9 figure businesses. This isn't a theory. This is the exact system that 10x'd my client business under a year. That's what separates people experimenting with content from people actually scaling real businesses with it. So if your content isn't converting, if the effort doesn't match the results, pay attention with me, because this could be the most important video you're gonna watch this year. Alright, before we get into it, let's clear something up. What is a brand? I mean, it's not your logo, it's not your colors. So brand, my dear friend, is what people think of when they hear your name. The associations they make in their head. Think of Alex Hormozi as business scaling, Matt Gray as content systems. You see, that pairing, that's branding. And when you nail this, you build an audience that actually comes back to you. Look at creators like Impress, Steve Bratlett, Daniel Dallin. They have built communities that actively hand down their content because they know exactly what they are getting. Here is the thing though, most coaches, consultants, and experts I see, they are doing everything right on the surface. Market research, content ideas, posting consistently, content calendar, being authentic, everything looks like an intentional personal brand. But there is one question they never ask. Is this for you or for your ICP? When you are doing market research, are you looking for topics you like or topics your ideal clients actually needs to hear? When you're creating content, are you talking about what excites you or solving problem for the people who will pay you? Because here is what I see consistently. Coaches, consultants, and experts, they think they are creating content for their audiences, but they're actually creating it for themselves, which is cool if you want to build an entertaining channel or express yourself, but it doesn't work when you are trying to build a business. I mean, they pick topic they are passionate about, share insights they find interesting, post about what matters to them, thinking that this is what my ICP wants. And look, I get it. It feels strategic because you are consistent. You are showing up. But if you are not getting clients, not seeing revenue, here is what's happening. You are building what I call a personal hobby. Hobby is what you do for you. A brand is what you do for them. And when you make this shift, everything changes. From I like this topic to does my ideal client needs this. From being authentic to being strategically valuable. So the real question here, are you building for you or building for them? Look, I'm about to walk you through the 3 steps to fix this. But before I do, what I'm showing you here isn't the typical advice. This isn't post consistently, find your niche type of shit. You already know that. I'm sharing the strategic layer most people completely miss. The framework that separates people building hobbies from people building businesses. So if you are ready to see what actually moves the needle, here is what it is. First thing, your foundation. And this starts with who you are actually building for. Not demographics. I'm not talking about entrepreneurs aged 30 to 45 type of shit. I'm talking about psychographics. The people most likely to actually pay you. I'm talking about things like, are they action takers or procrastinators? Are they investing in themselves already or this is their first time? Do they value speed or perfection? Are they DIY types who burns out or delegators looking for shortcuts? Because here is exactly what you want. You want people in a growing market who have money, who you can reach, and who are in pain. Let me break down this to you. You have 2 circles. People who follow you and people who will pay you. Most people obsess over the first circle. More followers, more reach, more engagement, but your entire business, it lives right here in the overlap. The people who both follow you and will pay you for your solution. So the question isn't how do I get more followers? I mean, sure, you need followers. But the real question is who's most likely to pay me and what do they need to see? And here's the catch. Your goal is taking them from pain to outcome. You are the bridge for that transformation. Think about it. They are sitting in pain right now. They've got a problem and there is an outcome they desperately want. Your brand bridges that gap. Okay, so now you know who you are building for. Now the next question is, what do you uniquely deliver? And this isn't about credential or your years of experience. That's not enough. It's the specific problem you solve and how you solve them differently. Here's an example. When I was preparing this video, I sat down and I wrote 3 problems my ideal client have. Problem number 1 was posting content but I can't figure out why it's not converting. Problem 2, they know they need a content strategy but don't know what that means routines beyond post consistently. They don't know what to post and how to talk about their expertise. Problem 3 is overwhelmed trying to do everything themselves and burned out. My solutions: number 1, showing them they are building a hobby, not a brand. Number 2, the content to revenue bridge. Maps every piece of content to a business outcome, which what I'm going to talk about in a bit. And number 3, it's the team multiplication system. Creates leverage. See what just happened? I didn't say I help with personal branding. I got specific about the transformation, the pain and the outcome. You need direction for your content, your North Star, the one inside everything points back to. For this video as an example, the North Star is building personal hobby versus building an intentional personal brand. So every example, every story reinforces that shift. This is what I mean by value stack, unique value zone, your mechanism. It's not what you do. It's the specific way you solve problems nobody else solves like you. Cool. So that's it, right? I mean, what's next? Exactly. This is where people get stuck. They define all this, then just start posting. But that's the problem. You need a system that turns content into revenue. That's next. Alright, you've got your foundation, you know who you are building for and what you uniquely deliver. But most people, they drop the ball right here. They start posting without understanding how content actually turns into revenue. Yeah, I mean, you can throw link in the description or link in the bio and hope people click, but that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, look, you know this. Most people know they need content funnel. They know they need to take people through stages: awareness, interest, consideration, decision. But what they don't get is how that actually happens. The answer: you have 3 types of content working together. You have sales content, educational content, and storytelling content. Each one of them has a job moving someone through your funnel. Educational content builds awareness and interest. People discover you solving their problems. For a business coach, that might be the 3 mistakes keeping you stuck at 10K a month. I mean, this is a general example. And then we have storytelling content that builds authority and consideration. Here, they see themselves in your world. They understand what success looks like. For the same coach, that could maybe how I took my client from burnout to 50K a month in 90 days. So here you are showing proof, creating belief. Then we have sales content that drives the decision. This is where you ask why most coaches fail without the one system. And that system, it's what you sell. You are positioning your offer as the solution here. But please pay attention here. Not everyone enters at the same stage. Some people come in ready to buy. They are in deep shit. They need the solution now. Others need nurturing. You build trust over time. And that's exactly what an intentional brand does it differently. A hobby funnels the wrong people the wrong way and hopes it works. An intentional brand maps content strategically to where people are in their journey. There is something important about content type. You have vlogs, behind the scene, day in a life. These are part of the equation, but I don't suggest mixing vlogs with value content unless you are selling B2C, and this is a conversation for another time, or you have a tiny channel and you are using vlogs for generating attention. And here you ask me why. The why is the vlogs are personality driven and the value content is an outcome driven. And when you mix them, you're gonna confuse people about what you are building. We got one of our clients, we took him from 9K to 80K subscribers in under a year, and we literally 10x'd his business. And he was selling a B2C offer. His channel was tiny. And after we did some research, we realized that his audience actually interested in his lifestyle. So we include that into the strategy and give it a try. And it worked so well. I mean, one of his vlogs got more than 1 million views and generated a lot of leads for him. I mean, not as the value content, but we need that awareness at that stage. So building an intentional brand, it doesn't have a structured rule. I mean, it's literally called intentional. So we study your content, we see your offer, we understand your goal and what you want to achieve, and build it tailored to you. But what I see most people do is they see someone successful and they literally monkey see, monkey do. They copy paste everything without even thinking, is that gonna work for me? Or is this the best strategy that I am gonna use at my stage that gonna solve my current problems? So you gotta be careful when you are building intentionally. So when you map your content types to funnel stages correctly and build that strategic system, you got something powerful. Something I call the authority flywheel. So you have content creates attention, attention creates leads, leads creates cash flow creates better content. But here is the part most people miss. When you get more leads, you are tracking their language, their pain points, what they are actually struggling with. And that data feeds back into creating better solutions, which leads to more cash flow, which creates even better content. You know what I mean? So it repeats and it compounds. And this is actually what happened to our client. Without this system, you start from zero every week. Every piece of content is a coin flip. But building it this way, you create compound growth. Each week builds on the last. Each piece reinforces the system. Before we get into the most important part, quick thing here. And I think you already guessed it. I work one-on-one with consultant, coaches, and experts scaling past 20K a month using YouTube. So my offer is you get direct access to me and my partner, our systems, our entire framework. So if you are interested or you have questions about building a niche YouTube channel for your business, you build the intentional brand you're always dreamed of, I'm joking, link in the description. It will take you to a landing page, and from there you can schedule a call with me or my team. So back to the video. at this point, you're probably thinking, okay, Az, I get it. Foundation, content to revenue system, but do I really have to do all of this myself? I mean, hell yeah, can't you do it? Look, most consultants, coaches, and experts I see, they stuck in this trap. It's them versus the world. Writing scripts, editing videos, posting on Instagram, responding to comments, writing newsletter, and meanwhile, they've got a business to run. Client delivery, sales system, reinforcing their methodology, building their framework. And to be honest with you, that's where their time needs to go. Not all in producing content. Because by month 3, they're gonna be completely burnt out. Trust me. That's not building an intentional brand. That's building resentments toward content. I've been there. It's bad. So here is what you actually need. Leverage. That's what you need. Every business these days is a media company. You need content to build audience, to build trust or scale, but you don't need 50 pieces of content every week. So you need one really good piece multiplied across every platform. Here is how it works. You sit down, maybe it's Monday morning, you've got your coffee, you are thinking about the one big problem your clients keep asking about. Let's say it's how you rise prices without losing clients, and you create one long form piece solving it. Probably it's a YouTube video like this from 15 to 20 minutes. You break down the psychology for them, you give them the framework, you share the client story, and maybe it's a podcast episode if that's your style. That one piece of deep thinking becomes your newsletter this week. And you pull 3 key insights, each one becomes a LinkedIn post. Those posts get reformatted as an Instagram Reels. Reels become stories. So one thought, one recording session becomes 26 different formats, reaching your audience wherever they hang out. That's leverage. And why this matters? Simple. You are maximizing thinking time. You spend the hard work solving the problem, then you spread the solution everywhere your audience hangs out. You're not on some content hamster wheel creating new stuff every single day from scratch. But I know you are listening to me and looking at this and thinking, okay, but I still have to do all of this myself. Well, that's up to you. We both know you need a team. And before you say, nobody knows my brand like I do, blah, 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 I get it. I thought the same thing, but here is what changed my perspective. See, before I joined to working with Iman for almost 2 years, I was thinking that, damn, like I like to work with this guy. Iman is a very creative, smart, dedicated guy. He built his business, he knows what to talk about in his content. Everything seems so perfect, like everything in place. I was thinking how he could manage all of this. And I got with the perspective of someone who has channeled before. So I know like nobody can be creative, be visionary, blah, blah, blah as you. But when I joined, I was shocked by how everything working together, not only by him, but by his team. So let me tell you, he's not the one who's writing his scripts. He's not the one who's building the products, I guess. He's not the one who put the camera, fixed the lighting, thinking about everything about content. He's not the one who's packaging his videos and thinking about what he should put in the title and the thumbnail. He's not the one structuring his ideas. He's not doing anything of that. And what was more shocking for me is everyone doing his thing better than him. Think about it. Imagine if you have someone that his only purpose is to think about how he packaged the video, how he only designed the thumbnail. The other one thinking about how he should edit the video. And then he has someone thinking about how he should structure the video, how he should write the script. And with that also, he has someone helping him with strategy and vision in his content. He has people helping him build the product and literally build everything inside the product. So I came to realization here. You are not hiring people to replace your thinking. You're hiring people to execute your vision. So here you need 3 types of people. You need creators, writers, editors, designers, the people making the content, and you have distributor, which is your social media manager, person getting your content out there across every platform. And then you have the strategist, which is you and maybe 1 or 2 other people. And those are the most important, irreplaceable ones. Those will help you think about what you create and when you create it. So here is what most people don't get about delegation. You are still involved in the strategy, still giving direction, still making big decisions. So what you are delegating? The execution. You only create the outline, the key points and the angle, and then you give your team something to build on. They are not guessing what you would say. They are executing the framework you gave. Think of it like this. You still own the brand. That's your cattle. But you have people helping you feed them, move them, take care of the daily work. You are the owner, you make the big calls, but you are not physically doing everything yourself anymore. And look, again, I need your attention here. That's exactly what we do at Scalify. We build the entire system, strategy, content pipeline, team structure. We literally become the execution layer for coaches, consultants, and experts who knows what they need to say, but don't have the time or the team to say it at scale. But that's a conversation for another time. Point is, whether you work with us, hire your own team, or figure it out yourself, you need leverage. And this separates people building hobbies from people building intentional brands. Some playing it small, others playing it big. Hobby person tries doing everything themselves, burns out in 90 days, gives up, up, come back, and burns out again. Believe me, I know plenty like this. But intentional brand builders, they build systems and leverage. They stay in the game for years. They compound growth, because here's the truth. Building a personal brand is a long-term game. If you are trying to do it all yourself, I bet you won't stick with it. Last thing in the system here, the measurement and tracking. And trust me, this is what took Iman to a next level, because he tracks everything. And I'm not talking about measuring followers, measuring likes, blah blah blah. You are measuring 3 things here, which is a bit broad because there is so many details you can track. Number 1 is, are people checking out your content? Number 2, are they sharing it? And number 3, are they buying when you make an offer? Look Habibi, the ultimate metric is cash generated, because at the end of the day, you are not building a personal brand to get engagement. You are building it to grow a business. So that's it. 3 steps. Define your foundation, build your content to revenue system, scale through leverage. Now you have the same principle that built 8 and 9 figure personal brands. The same system I used to 10x my client's business. So now it's on you. You can keep building the way you've been building and hope it works, or you can apply what you just learned and actually transform your content into a business. And if you want help implementing this, if you want us to build a system with you, there is a link in the description, but even if you don't, you have everything you need right here. The only question is what you do with it.